Case study: Ted Kaczynski, Unabomber. Ted Kaczynski was a mathematician as well as a serial murderer known to many as the Unabomber. Kaczynski would build homemade bombs and mail them to his targets. After taking 3 lives and injuring more than 20, Kaczynski was finally captured. His crimes left society in a state of panic. Since his victims were chosen at random, no one knew who was next. January 22, 1988, Ted Kaczynski pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. There were multiple agencies involved in the Unabomber case. In 1979, a FBI-led task force was included. The ATF and U.S. Postal Inspection Service was formed to investigate the Unabomber case, code name for the university and airline bombing targets involved. The task force would grow to more than 150 full-time investigators, analysts, and others. In search of clues, the team made every possible forensics examination and recovered bomb components and studied the lives of the victims in minute detail. After publishing Kaczynski's manifesto in New York Times, multiple suspects emerged. One suspect stood out. It was Ted Kaczynski. His brother read the manifesto and reported to the authorities about his troubled brother, leading to the arrest of Kaczynski. Kaczynski was identified as the culprit in a case. After the report from Kaczynski's brother, authorities got a search warrant and searched Kaczynski's small cabin in Montana. The nature and description of the crime scene was scattered with the bomb parts and illustration of bomb experiments. Physical evidence was at the crime scene and collected. All the bomb components were taken from the crime scene and later matched to components of the detonated bombs that killed and injured many people. Below I have a piece of the Unabomber's manifesto. It touches on his concerns for the world as well as his opinions on the matter. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. They have greatly increased the life expectancy of those of us who will live in advanced countries, but they have destabilized society, have made life unfulfilling, have subject human beings to indigence, have led to the widespread psychological suffering in the third world, to physical suffering as well, and have inflicted severe damage on the natural world. The continued development of the technology will worsen the situation. It will certainly subject human beings to greater indigence and inflict greater damage on the nature of the world. It will probably lead to greater social disruption and psychological suffering, and it may lead to increased physical suffering, even in advanced countries. In my report, I have crime scene photos taken of Ted Kaczynski and his cabin in Montana, as well as some of his bomb components included in his bomb making. During my report on Ted Kaczynski, I have learned a great deal about his manifesto as well as his psychological well-being.